Oh,
in Monie's video.
how did that come about?
So Monie is from England,
Yeah.
your hometown. So I know you're familiar with Monie. And she I'm trying to think. I want to say it was Africa from the Jungle Brothers, who she was sort of her business out on the street, but her and Africa were dating, I guess
Okay.
that's what you want to call it. And again, so Jungle Brothers, Africa, me being close to them, and when she came over to the U.S., Africa was like, before she even came over, it was like, it's somebody I want you to meet. I think you would like her. So he would play some of her music for me. He played some of my music for her, and being two females and two peas in a pod, it was like, we really clicked. So
Hmm.
when she came over, Africa was like, maybe she can hang out with you, whatever, whatever. So she did. So Moni ended up staying with me
Wow.
in Brooklyn. And so she stayed with me for a while. She was always at my house. Like, she would go back and forth between being with me and with, over with Africa or with Kika or Allison, who were Queen Latifah's dancers. So it was definitely like I said, like a tight knit group of people. But yeah, Moni and I were really, really close.
And when you recorded the track, was there an indication that this unlike Wild Thing was going to be instant hit, or what was your thoughts when you were?
No, we liked it, and because Jerry knew people at the radio station, it was that kind of thing where you show up at the radio station and you hand
Okay.
somebody your tape or whatever,
Hmm.
and they'd be like, okay, yeah, whatever, whatever. And then next thing you know, it was playing on the radio, and it was like, oh my God, that's me.
It- so for yourself, you didn't write. Did you write anything on this, or it was just they told you what to say?
Which song are we talking about? Wild Thing is my
No,
song. Are we talking about
money in
Wild
the
Thing or are we talking about Doing It? Or
money in the little, yeah, in the
Money in
middle.
the Middle? Oh no, that when we went in the studio to do that, that was just again, we all would hang out in each other's sessions.
Mm.
So um it would be things like, Sean, it would be dope if, you know, what if you said, because I would always do these voices. Like I said, I did Totally Awesome in my Valley Girl voice. And so people knew that I could do these voices where I could mock other people and
Mm.
not mock, mimic other people.
Yeah.
And so it was like, but I want you to do it like this. And so that's where the word yeah came from, Um, and same thing, like with De La Soul. I did Biddies in the BK Lounge with De La Soul. And I can't even remember if I even got paid for that. That was just like it wasn't something that we gave a lot of thought to. We hung out in each other's sessions.
Yeah.
We would page each other. Where you at? I'm here. I'm gonna be going to the studio tonight. Okay, all right, I'm gonna come by. And so you jump on the train and you go up to Manhattan. And next thing you know, you show up at somebody's session and we order pizza, Chinese food, we all in there acting a fool. And they'd be like, hey, why don't you do this? And so, yeah, so I probably did a lot of stuff that I can't even remember because that's just how it was. It was just we be in each other's sessions.
But in management, so you're signed to Flavor Unit as a manager. Are they supposed to be keeping a check on this and making sure?
This was before Flavor Unit. This was
Okay.
before Flavor Unit. But even when I was signed to Flavor Unit, again, Queen Latifah was part of Native Tongue. So if you got Queen Latifah and then I'm being managed by her, but then I show up at Q-Tip session and Tip asked me to do something, Latifah's not gonna be like, no, she's not supposed to do that. Like it wasn't like that back then. It wasn't, everything didn't need to be as, I don't want to say
Informal.
contractual.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it wasn't like that. It was like, I need you to jump on this hook real quick. I'm gonna hit you off, you know? And so it was like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or you just did stuff because it was fun and you just did it. And it wasn't as, like you said, it wasn't as formal back then.
When you joined Flavor Unit, was Naughty by Nature there by that time?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Because
I was there, I want to say I was there before Naughty, before they signed Naughty, because I remember Shakim telling me about Tretch. I
yeah.
remember Shakim saying, "Yo, we just signed, you know," and he's telling me all this stuff, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I can't remember exactly because again, I knew all of these people before I was like officially signed to them. So it could have been a conversation that happened before I was with Flavor Unit, or it could have been after. But yeah, it was so much stuff that was going on, but not everything was always done under the umbrella of, you know, I'm officially here or I'm officially there. You know, we looked out for each other. We were more of a family then. It wasn't so much like a competition thing. We all wanted to see each other eat,
So I just,
except for the labels.
except for the labels, I just
Except for the
recently
labels.
listened to Ready or Not, and it was this is pre-Lady of Rage, but I wondered what Queen Latifah felt of your rapping style and how you delivered the track. Did she think,
She
oh,
lo-
you're taking some of mine, this is how I sound,
no, she me and Latifah didn't sound anything alike.
Mm,
And she was on a completely different level in terms of, you know, what she was trying to deliver to women. You know, more of a conscious based lyrical content. But for me, I was just I was on a whole nother level. I was trying to like take him down. You know, it was like I was definitely a little bit more on some gangster shit, you know.
okay, okay.
Yeah, like I was in Apache's video, Gangsta Bitch, with an
Ah,
AK-47. So
wow, what
it's
kind of
like,
looks? Yeah,
yeah,
okay, okay. I took it.
yeah. Most
Uh,
people would recognize me. I had on a skull cap and, you know, some Carhartt, Timberlands, all of that. But yeah, it was like me, Nikki D. Um, yeah. Latifah didn't, I don't think she ever looked at me as being competition or, you know, well, that's my style. Like we had two totally different flows, just like Monie. We had two totally different things that we were talking about. And I think out of the three of us, like I was the most gangster um from them. You know, Monie stuff was a little bit more crossover, a little more popish. And Latifah stuff was definitely more conscious, more along the whole tribe kind of stuff, you know, that whole thing. She had a completely different flow. So she loved what I did. Um Shakim loved it. There was that shock value. When it came to LeShaun, there was definitely that shock value, you
yeah.
know.
I mean, what was considered success for you during those days at Tommy Boy? What would they look
Um
at to say, "Yep, LeShaun, you're successful. You're a success."
I don't think I ever felt that way. Um that I was successful. I don't know. I can't even tell you what they were thinking. I think there were times when I did like a music video where I thought like, okay, this, you know, this is it, you know. But I didn't feel like I had the support of my label, but I also know that it wasn't just the label. A lot of it had to do with what DJs would and wouldn't play. And seeing as back then I was more tomboyish and I wasn't about the sexy. And
Mm.
had I been, you know, doing something more along the lines of, showing more skin or being a little bit more feminine, I think it would have been a different story. But I was
Who?
definitely a tomboy.
You know.
I begin to